So we're in the documentation now, and this is basically what you can call about the data. You can download the entire data set if you want to do complex statistics, stuff like that. And if you just need some bits of it for an app and you don't want to run your own data server, stuff like that, you can just use this one. And it'll tell you some stuff about the data that's available. So we'll start at the top. We'll see which data sets are available. So actually, we can just put in the key here. And we have to ask for open data sets.
So in the future, if there's more than just the European Quality of Life Survey, that's where it will tell us. It will kind of, if we, as the UK Data Service, add more, this will give us that information.
Yeah, that's where it'll appear. So we can see we've got a response from the system, which says, yeah, we have a list of data sets, which contains one data set, which is the EQLS. And nothing went wrong, which is also nice. So we know we have the EQLS in there. So we can then go down and retrieve some information about the data set. For example, which keywords are in there, which topics are in there, which variables are in there. So the relation between these is that variables are the questions that people get asked, like how many children do you have? And so that's in the end what you want. But since the data set has, I think, 196 variables, I think, something like that, they are grouped by topics and keywords and variable groups. So you can get an easier overview. So you don't have to look at all 196 at the same time. You can just go, okay, maybe let's just look at the topics for this data set, put in the key, and then we say EQLS, and then they'll give us a list of topics. So we have stuff about education, social stratification, environment, health, housing, transport, politics, all stuff that may be interesting to you, depending on the app that you want to build. And if you wanted to see what's in a topic, maybe let's look at stuff that has to do with political behavior, maybe that might be interesting. So we'll go to topic variables, we'll put in the key, and we'll say EQLS, and then we have, that's topic 15, and it'll send a request, and we'll get, okay, what's all in there, and we get all the variables that are in the topic. Variables can be quite detailed, so this is a long list. This is also why I didn't immediately request all the available variables, because that's a huge thing that you have to scroll through. So I think for a small app, it's better to start by requesting the topics or requesting keywords, and then drilling down to the variables that are actually in there, instead of requesting the whole thing and having to deal with that. I think you will get to your results quicker if you just use this drill down approach. So anyway, for every request that you do, when you're requesting something, it'll give you the URL, which is this, which you can then use in your app. For example, this is they give it in curl format, which is curl is a command line application that downloads stuff from the internet, basically. So I could just open a terminal. If you're on a Mac or on Linux, you probably have one available. Just do that. So I can take this, put it in here, and yeah, it'll just download that and give me the same output on my own computer. So this is basically how you get the URLs for stuff you want to retrieve, by exploring the documentation and then having it give you the URL for what you need, and then you use that in your app. That's basically how you go from finding out which datasets are available, to which topics are in the dataset, to which variables are interesting for that topic. And then With the variables, you can do your stuff, what your app wants to do. Maybe draw a chart or compare to other variables, or that's up to you.
So that's a quick introduction in terms of how to get going with the API and the API key. You can tweet us. We are at App Challenge, so that's nice and easy. You can also contact us via the competition website, which is eulife.appchallenge.net. And we'll try and answer all of your questions. You also find us on Facebook. They're slightly different URL, facebook.com/mobile app challenge.